to such a degree that they can take us somewhere else as well. So this is When You Watch Him Read. When you watch him read, his eyes go black like space, and he's in his own patch of it. He's in his own patch of it. Got no mortgage, but just went and stayed there like a pioneer. When he reads, he changes, and his verbal bop lines, straight out of some groove etched in his movements since 1962, swing. I think now that he is a saint, and his deeds are what he writes and reads. When you watch him, what do you see? I see an old beatnik get up with a cane, at first clowning, then serious as a rifleman taking aim, become something else. Some core fuel, some inhuman human essence. And watching, I see that he has nurtured the relationship to that essence, fuel, space, so that whatever it is, he is when you watch him read. Thank you. Please welcome David Trout.
Big Trout. Thanks for showing up. This is a good day for poets everywhere. My name is David Trout. I've been a poet for, 40 years or so. Started out in the early 70s when I was in college and gave it up for a while, and I got back at it. I read with rock poets over at Tango mostly, but thought I'd just share a few oldies. Poets all. We are poets all. A word, a sentence, stanza, rhyme. Everything we speak, think, dream, breathe. We are poets all. Every sense of our being sings our song. We are your world. To be heard aloud, we break this silence to speak the word out loud. Share our life, bare our soul. We, poets all, voices of the spoken word, sing our word, our world, our soul, for all who will listen. Are you hearing the song? Are you singing along? We, poets all, want to, need to hear you sing along. We, poets all, want to, need to hear you sing with us. A little short one here. How I write. And so I write, assemble letters into words, and word becomes poem. Within this craft, it is the art, the muse, the inner self, the overtakes. I can imagine, create, discover, enlighten, delight. First myself, and then the others, with all that happens. I call it a good poem, and I rest until the next. I rest until the next. Is there a time limit or anything, or we just go for it? Okay, I just got a couple more then. One kind of long one and then two shorts. When I die. When I die and dead and buried, turned to this earth within a box, when all is topped with but a cap of bronze, when all there is of this is me. Come to my grave as oft as you please, come as you are, not because of me, but because of you. Bring me your cigarettes and bring me your whiskey, but not a glass. And yes, bring me all of this and more, and come as you are, a precious soul. At my grave, let me hear you rant, let me hear you rave, let me hear you. Let me hear it all the good and all the bad and all the ugly and all the nice. Let me see you cry and let me see you smile and see you laugh and feel your sobs. Cry for me your tears, all your anger and all your joy and all that you fear. Cry for me your tears, not for me, but for you. Visit this grave to share with me all that passion I so dearly loved and admired, that passion for life, the ups and the downs and all that lies between. Share with me all your desires and all the sadness and all the success. Share with me all that love, all that passion, not for me, but for you. Bring with you your smokes and your booze, and let the smoke linger, but not the whiskey. Rip all that bothers and upsets, and all that makes your smile grow. Let it all fall out. Stay a while, and fill the air with your voice and your laughter. Share with me who that you are. Just as we did in the mornings and in nights, and in walks and in talks, and in song and in dance. Escape for at least the moment the bitterness that I'm gone, because you know I'm not far. Rejoice in what we had, what passed between us, as bond, as friendship, as love. Remember me for your smile and that joy, that with which life we exchanged. Bring with you your cigarettes and your whiskey, and drink and you smoke and you laugh. Sing your favorite song, tell me a new joke or an old one. Cry with me, talk to me. Not for me, but for you. Shout and laugh and cry and swear. Rant and wave and whisper and yell and sing off key. Be happy and angry and smile that smile that's made you glow. Not for me, but for you. Not for me, but for you. This next one came out of 4 or 5 years of therapy. Tangerine peels. Arriving home, tired and spent, exhausted, from a long, hard day, 2 jobs, 18 hours, behind a stove, and the endless work. I switch on the light and I glance across the clean and sterile kitchen, where on the table, the stark, white, bare table, a simple white napkin and a pile of dried tangerine peels. I know what this means. I know what she has done to me once more. I was saving those last 2 tangerines. I was the one who wanted them to savor them, these last 2 tangerines. I wanted to smell the juice as it escaped and burst forth into the air around me. I wanted to taste that fruit first for myself. I wanted those last 2 tangerines all to myself. But now I find the white napkin on the stark and sterile white cold table, an arrangement of the peels, empty of the fruit, those last 2 tangerines I was saving for myself. I know what she has done. I know what she has done to me once more. To taunt me, to show me, define the power she has over me. She does what she pleases. She does whatever the fuck she pleases. I take a breath, I sigh, I bite my lip, I bite back the shame and the tears and the outrage. I shudder, I quiver, I clean up after her again. And I toss another layer of my vanishing self-esteem on top of an already full trash can. And I toss another layer of my escaping self-esteem on top of an already full trash can. There's been a few changes since all that happened. And I'm not writing much anymore, but every now and then something comes out. And this one, hopefully, celebrates the end of my therapy. 8 miles. It is another week, and I travel from the west to the east, from sanctuary towards sanity. It often goes quickly from one moment to another. It somehow paces out. It has become the longest distance. It is not calculated or measured, but the toll I must take to take this journey and the why. Once there, in a space too small to capture all the issues present, I assess the travel, the journey, the cost I pay, and the why. The door I need is opened. I take the steps from burden to serenity, now handled by a skilled mind of the professional charged with the duty of giving voice to the understanding of the relief I seek and need and desire. It is not the calculated, measured distance I have traveled, but the toll I have paid to make this journey and the why. It is the weight I carry towards the relief I seek, I need, I desire. This hour spent on solitude, redemption, rebirth, and now in the company of professional charged with this compassion to heal my troubled soul, this damaged mind, this tortured shell of a shattered person who is willing to pay this toll and come to understand the why. It is not about the distance. It is not about the toll paid. It is about the why, to be healed, the want to mend. I have traveled to this place of desire, of need to be healed. I now know the why I am here. I now know why I travel. I now know why it is I pay this toll. It is to be healed. Thank you.
I'll listen to you.
Never mind. You know what?
I like the ground zero. That was really well. I think they're having a road.
Oh, I did.
I'll read it, or you can read it too. You think it creates feelings?